So I actually grew up in New Mexico, which is a pretty hot, dry, deserty climate. And I think I got used to climbing under warm conditions, or maybe it's just a genetic thing, but whatever the end result is that each winter, usually around October, you know, the air dries out, I start to get really dry, cracked, glassy skin, which means I dry fire a lot, especially off of slopers and wood holds and holds that aren't very well textured. And for years, it was just a huge frustration of mine. I just sort of dealt with it and just sort of accepted that I wouldn't climb as well during the winter. But then I started talking to other friends with the same problem and started experimenting. And what I realized is that if I basically simulate the sweating that's not going on in my hands during the cold, dry months, I'll have better adhesion again. So I went on Amazon, got these little spray bottles. I think they're $3 each. I just fill it with tap water and I set it on the mister setting. And before I'm gonna pull on, basically anywhere, honestly, sometimes at the rock, but more so in my garage or at the gym, I'll spray it on once or twice. My hands are slightly moist, you know, like maybe you've been out in a rainstorm or something like that. Rub it together so that my hands, now you can see my skin is like kind of pink and wet, like it would be as if my hands were sweating. And then I'll chalk up pretty lightly. You just want to make sure that you don't have like the chalk layer. Like right now I sort of have the chalk layer sitting on top of the water. You want the chalk layer and the water to sort of merge. So I might rub them together like that. And then I'll pull on pretty quickly. If you wait too long, things dry and then you're back to dry firing. The other thing I'll do is I'll use this Rhino Spit, which is basically the same operating principle. Just kind of moistens the skin. This will make your skin, I think, a little stickier than water. Takes a little longer to dry. You have to wait like 1 to 5 minutes. There's been times where I've sprayed this on and like started up before it dried, and then I just slip off because my hands are wet. But between these two, I feel like I have a pretty good arsenal now against dry firing. It still happens, but definitely not as frequently.